Hi, I'm Gareth Spence and welcome to Tech Talk. In today's episode, we're exploring a topic that's of key importance for operators, and that's monitoring of fiber infrastructure. To ensure customer satisfaction and effectively monetize services, operators need granular insight into every aspect of their fiber network. To help me understand the latest developments here, I'm joined by Daniel Grünbeck from Adtran. Daniel, when we last spoke, you just added a new capability to your fiber monitoring platform called PON Assurance. How are customers responding to that?
Oh, very well, actually. So even in regions where we would never expected so much attention for this solution, for example, Southeast Asia, we're receiving extremely positive feedback, and to the, let's say, the Western Hemisphere customers, we are in the process of running several POCs here and there, and the feedback so far is extremely positive, and customers start to understand what's the idea behind.
Why is it taking shape in Southeast Asia?
At first, we thought only the countries with high labor costs would be interested in, because obviously this solution is supporting operators to save money by minimizing the efforts to troubleshoot networks to let's say, a bare minimum. But even in Southeast Asia, for example, where labor costs are usually a little bit lower than compared to the Western countries, we are perceiving or receiving a lot of attention and positive feedback. So maybe it has something to do with, of course, increasing prices over there as well, but in the end, it's surprisingly positive.
What differentiates the PON Assurance capabilities of ALM from the competition?
So mainly, we are not depending on demarcation reflectors anymore. So we've understood that using demarcation reflectors in a PON environment is not practical due to cost and logistical reasons. We've understood that, and this is why we've developed this PON Assurance feature, which enables operators now see their entire or control their entire network end to end. In terms of the competition, they would have to use demarcation reflectors at each and every endpoint, and if they don't, they would only be able to basically monitor the network to a certain point. But in the area where we believe the most incidents in networks are happening, so at the last mile between the splitter and the end customer, they would be basically blind. And we have the solution, which is very unique, we believe, that supports the operator to see really end-to-end 24/7.
And with ALM, operators don't need to disrupt their infrastructure in any way, do they? It can be dropped in.
There will be a short interruption of the service required, because what you need to do is to combine the ALM signal and the OLT signal onto the fiber tree, and for this you of course need to shortly interrupt the service, but this can be done in a couple of minutes during a defined or announced maintenance window, yes.
So is ALM quicker to deploy than the competition solutions?
Absolutely. So if you consider that we don't use demarcation reflectors, which the competition does have to deploy at the end customer sites or the points in the network where they would need these kind of devices, it's definitely much quicker. And it's not only quicker, it's even more comfortable for the end customer. So you don't have to approach the end customer premises. It's basically zero-touch provisioning from the customer perspective.
I understand that another key differentiator for ALM is the ability to monitor around the optical network unit. Can you explain why?
We believe that most of the incidents in networks, and this is proven by statistics, by the way, are happening in the access portion, and to be precise, in the very last mile of the network, so towards the end customer premises, because you may have electricity and water supply issues, and the likelihood that there are works triggered by these which could affect the optical networks are much higher than feeder fiber section of the network.
Is it fair to say that ALM with deep PON assurance provides operators with the next level of fault finding?
Absolutely. So what have been done in the past was to use those OTDRs to monitor the fiber integrity of a network in operation. What the new solution we've released last year in July can help the customers with are also monitoring the fiber integrity and the quality of the network already during the build phase. So usually those builds are done via third-party companies, and with this ALM in place from day zero, you're basically able to monitor the quality of the work of the third party, the quality of your network from day zero onwards, so there are no surprises later on during the provisioning and the operating phase.
Daniel, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.